Hello, good evening. It's me, Junior, once again. Now, this video is to provide you with a to-do list or a tip list as to what I'd be doing if I was to be playing Afghanistan in an upcoming game, which is tomorrow. Now, I want to stress this is a warm-up game, but do not use it lightly. Now, there's a reason why the strong teams in the 90s, the West Indies team in the 90s, the Australian team in the 90s, the South African team in the 90s, why they were so dominant was because they would use games against the lesser strength teams, as you'd say, as a training ground to hone in on their strategy. So yes, you're playing against a weaker team, but don't underestimate what value that can have on you as a team's culture, as a team's continuity, playing together, team strategy, and the overall performance of a team. What people fail to understand is that when you're playing sports, it doesn't mean that it's all about just going out there and performing or the end product. No, it's a combination of many things. That's the mental, the strategy, the communication, the continuity, the relationship. All of these factors encompass a team's performance, especially in a team game. So, having said that, playing Afghanistan tomorrow, yes, they are on paper a lesser strength team than Pakistan. Okay, but the thing is a team like that, our country in a sporting sector, countries that are lesser of a power or a strength team, they don't remain as such for too long because sport is always evolving. Technology is always evolving. Sports science is always evolving. So when you have an opportunity to play a team that has got the ability to push you, but you are confident to play against and you feel like you're confident in winning, don't just use it as, oh yeah, going to go out there and beat them. Okay, so having said that, if I was a Pakistani team, what I would be doing, my to-do list would be, firstly, winning the toss. Yes, you have 1 in 2 chance. You have a 50% chance to win the toss. So if I win the toss, I would be sending Afghanistan in to bat. Okay, because now being Pakistan traditionally have a strong batting lineup. Okay, and from what I've seen so far, it's not any different. Okay, strong batting lineup, aggressive batting lineup. So with that said, I would be confident to chase a total. So if I win the toss, I'd be sending Afghanistan in to bat. Now, bowling against them, well, so what I would do is I would have an aggressive fielding setup. Okay, and I would be bowling aggressively for the first 5 overs, 5 to, I'd say, 7 overs. It'd be very aggressive. Okay, and once again, what I've alluded to in my previous video is bowling when you're relying on pace. Okay, fast bowlers, I'd be bowling a lot to the block hole and mixing it up with a lot of beamers. So not bouncers, because obviously bouncers will just be a no ball. So what I'd be doing is I'd be backing it up a length and I'd be bowling beamers, but not all the time. I'd be mixing it up. And what I would be doing is I wouldn't be going for pace, extremely fast pace. No, I'd be bowling a bit wide from the crease. So making Afghanistan chase the balls. I'd be mixing it up with that, and I'd be mixing it up with beamers, but a lot of the balls would be into the block hole. Okay, and that is how you'd be able to restrict Afghanistan to a low to moderate score. Okay, so that is how you'd be bowling, and you'd be bowling to the field. Aggressive field would allow an aggressive field placement would allow for the for the shots that are not played well, they would get popped up a lot. So the fielders would be very much in line with catching positions. That's one thing. And it would bring the wicket keeper, it wouldn't bring the wicket keeper into play as much, especially if you're bowling in the block hole. But when you are bowling shorter of a length, and when you are bowling out wide where the batsmen are chasing the balls, that is where the nicks would come into play, or the slogs that get popped up would bring the wicket keeper into play. So that is what I'd be doing bowling wise. But if you lose the toss and say for whatever reason you go into batting first, then what I'd be doing is what I've said previously, and I'm going to reiterate again, is have an anchor. Okay? Do not use the opportunity playing against Afghanistan to just go there, slog your way out, win comprehensively, and then go home. Because what have you learned from that? Nothing. Right? You've just won comprehensively and you're going to go to bed early, or you've got an early day in the office. No, I'd be strategizing to basically gelling the team and allowing batsmen to get established in their roles that's been allocated to them. So what I'd be doing is I'd be, I would say the captain, usually the captain, a strong batting captain, which Pakistan have. I would have him as playing the anchor role and see out the innings. You've got 20 overs, build the total, not slog the total. Build the total, have a very complete innings. Okay, yes, you've got your sloggers, allow them to do their job. Okay, but you need to be an anchor, pick your balls, and build a very good, strong innings. So yes, you post up a very good total, and you have had a very comprehensive batting display. That is what I'd be doing against Afghanistan. That's my to-do list. If you've got a spinner available, I'd be selecting him, because then it allows him to roll over his arm and to experiment. Okay, but not overly experiment, but it would allow him to experiment with his mystery ball, or just to give him a bit more consistency with his bowling. Yeah, I'd be throwing him in, allowing him, but giving him enough protection. So obviously, so he doesn't bowl badly, and so he's got the fielding protection, and at the same time, you will minimize the potential of actually losing the game as well. So yeah, that's my to-do list, what I'd be doing against Afghanistan. And yeah, once again, you've got a strong batting lineup. I'd be relying on the batting, but do not lose focus on your bowling. That's my recommendation. And last but not the least, keep on your toes. So when the bowler is walking in to bowl, always walk in, follow the bowler in, remain on your toes. And you know what, the beauty of T20 is that it's not like Test cricket where you'll be in the field and you'll start getting bored, or your mind will start going for a walk, or you'll start losing concentration or focus. It allows you to remain on your feet when you're out in the field. Continue stretching, and continue walking on the ball of your feet, and jog in the one place between overs. Do your stretches, do your exercises, because all of these things will be handy when you're playing against top line teams, because your agility will be at a higher level, and it will become automated. You will be on the go. You'll be a lot more proactive. You'd be a lot more preemptive, rather than being reactive. Because in cricket, when you're reactive, you are already losing. You don't want to be that. You don't want to be that person. So remain on your toes. Fielders in the outfield, remain on your toes. That's it. That's me, Junior. That's my analysis. Well, that's my not analysis really. It's my to-do list. Go out there and make yourself proud. Thank you.